Hello and welcome to r/entitled parents, where today we're going to be looking at, um, uh, r/entitled parents and the crazy stories, top of all time. So let's get right in. Okay. My parents found out that I have money and want me to give it all to them. I made this account just to post this because they won't stop bugging me. Backstory. So, my parents disowned me for being an atheist. My family is very religious, and they will look at you like trash if you say you don't believe in God. I mean, I personally don't, so I can feel for this guy. Um, okay. They kicked me out and didn't support me through college, my last year of college, and I haven't spoken to them for almost 3 years now. Just a few weeks ago, I got word from my cousin that my little sister got hospitalized due to dengue. I don't know how to say that. So I went to visit her when she was about to be discharged. When I got there, it was just my sister in the room. I asked where my parents were, and she said that they were trying to raise funds for the hospital bill. Turns out my parents' medical insurance didn't cover most of the hospital bill and left a large out of pocket around 26,000 Philippine pesos. Oh, I remember looking this up because somebody donated to a streamer. Um, and a Philippine peso is like 2 cents USD. So yeah, it's like $260. It's not too bad. I mean, my computer costed more than that. If there are any Filipinos out there, you know this is a large amount already. Unfortunately, I was able to save up a lot of the past year, so I went ahead and paid for it. When my parents came back, I told them it was already. Hold on, let me adjust my mic stand. Hold up. Actually, I'm just gonna take that hot filter off. It's being dumb. Hold up, where was it at? It had already been paid for, and that we are just waiting for the discharge orders. The first questions they asked is why was I there and where did I get the money from? I explained our cousin told me what happened and that I was saving money for my little sister's college. They didn't even thank me, and the next question they asked is how much money I had saved. I didn't give them the amount. But they insisted I should give it to them since my sister is living with them. I told them no, and that I will give it to my sister personally when she enters college. It's her last year of high school. That wasn't enough for them. They kept saying they need the money, but won't even specify what the money would be for. I still didn't budge. A week passed it, and they still don't stop bugging me, calling me ungrateful to them as my parent, so on and so forth, even asking my girlfriend to have her talk to me about giving them the money. Edit. Okay, wow. I really didn't thought this would get much attention. I just really wanted to vent off some steam by sharing this. Thanks for the advices. Reddit, silver, gold, and platinum. Okay, next one is I am the CEO. Okay, not too long. Alright, I am the CEO. Bear with me here, people. I'm on mobile. I'm gonna adjust my microphone again. I don't like it in the position that I have it. So, okay, adjusting microphone. I just got it, so I'm kind of figuring out how I like it. Okay. Alright. Is that better? I don't know. Bear with me here, people. I'm on mobile. About a year ago, I was running a small video game tournament in the small company that I owned. The wait list had a full list of 16 people, and it was fine until one person ruined it for everyone. Take a guess. EK, entitled kid, or no. Okay. So, entitled parent take a guess. Entitled kid, yeah, me is me. Okay. So, we were starting up the games when Dad ran into the store with his son. Entitled parent, we're here for the tournament. Oh, sorry, but the list is full. Well, then make some room. I can't do. Listen, I can get you fired with the push of a button. How? I have been friends with the CEO of this company for a long time. Then call him. I watch him make a fake phone call, then hang up. Entitled parent, he says you're fired. Me, that's funny considering I am the CEO. Entitled parent's look of shock still makes me laugh to this day. Yeah, it's funny. Oh, I've seen this. Yeah, I watched Mini Lad top of all time thing, like, not even a couple months ago, so yeah, this is all kind of like similar to what was in his video. Okay. Edited into paragraphs. Sorry for the initial text block, guys. No, I'm German, so this is translated. Ooh, I like German. So this also happened a month back, and I'm recalling the events. Long story, bear with me. You'll be shaking your heads. I'm a 21-year-old female babysitter, and I have this girl, let's call her Mia, whom I watch once a week, plus whenever the parents ask me to help out. Mia is 8 now, and I started babysitting her when she was 4 months. Yes, I was 14 at the time. The family is great, and Mia is a really, really easy kid. We're like sisters. I never rose my rate, so keep in mind that I have been working for 150 euros, about $1.70 per hour. Ugh. I get 30 for 12 hours. I get 30 for like 12 hours. So it's, yeah, $2 an hour. It's not that bad. Per hour for roughly 8 years, and I could expect a $20 gift card for both my birthday and Christmas. I'm a babysitter for fun, not for money, and I'm true to that. What I earn just about covers expenses. I have an actual job that's paying for my life after all. When Mia is with me for an entire Saturday, we go on day trips. She loves shopping and sightseeing, so I mostly take her around the bigger cities. This is where the story starts. Oh boy. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Hold on. Let's go back to here. Where was I at? There we are. Okay. We are on the bus. We are on the bus on an hour drive to the next bigger city. Taking the car meant stress for me, as I don't like driving, and the train was more expensive. Though both would have been 30 to 40 minute ride. Mia and I like to go by bus. This private bus company has perks. On this particular day, I paid 10 euros, $12 for a return ticket. Mia, being under 10 years old, went free. Plus, they wait for you on the way back, but causing delays results in fees. Anyway, we are on the bus, and per usual, I brought my old Nintendo DSi for her to play with. I can do whatever. She plays happily. It's a win. Until this entitled mom and her 10-year-old boy come along. They take the seats right behind ours. No problem, right? Wrong. It doesn't take long for the boy to notice the console and the racing game Mia was somewhat fixed on. Boy to entitled mom. Mom, I want to play. Entitled mom. Well, go ahead. I thought he would like to get our attention and ask nicely. Nope. The boy jumps up from his seat, reaches over Mia's lean. What? Oh, like her, like, leaned over, maybe, I don't know. And tries to snatch the game from above. He gets hold of it for a moment, but the hand strap stops him. I made sure Mia's wrist was fine and the game not broken from the rough movement. Then I turn around, stopping the boy from another attempt. Me. Young man, that wasn't nice. He just wants to play. Let him play, though. I think that's supposed to say though. Or let him play too. Like, as well. Oh, I'm slow. Never mind. Teach your child to ask properly and I will consider. Don't tell me how to parent, kid. Mom, I want that game. In a minute, sweetie. No, it's not yours, and I'm asking you to leave us alone. I sit back down, hoping to have heard the end of it. Way wrong. Mia's seat shakes a few times. The boy is kicking her seat. She asks him to stop. He continues. I warned the mom I could tell the drivers there are always two on one bus, just in case. He is bored. Give him the game and he will stop. I immediately get up, quickly help Mia change into another row, then go to the front and explain the situation when I hear Mia yelling, "Let go!" I turn around. The boy has one hand on the game and the other on... Oh my god, and the other pulling her hair. EM is smirking in satisfaction as the boy rips the hand sling off Mia and returns into his seat holding the game. I immediately storm at him and grab it back without a word. He starts crying and screaming loudly. I don't care. It's 8 a.m. This was supposed to be a happy girl's day out. Now I had Mia in tears and a bratty son with his entitled mom on my hands. You give that back right now. My son was playing with it. Bus driver 2 comes up to our rescue, practically pushed the woman and her son into the last row, asking us to take seats up front to separate us as far as possible. Entitled mom was advised to use some common sense that this was not her game and thus not hers to decide over. I didn't quite listen anymore, but heard something from the lines of, "My son only wanted to try the game. These girls were unfairly rude to him. I demand an apology." I hide my hand and give her the finger. Not that EM could see. Mia snickers. Whoops, my bad. Mia saw, but Mia was already smiling and staring at the game again. Oh, starting the game again. Fast forward to the end of a successful shopping spree. We were signed for the last bus back, 7 p.m. departure, and 10 minutes early. I let Mia choose the seats as per usual, pretty much up front. There were 2 other couples waiting already and a third arriving with us. All seemed fine until the driver. I noticed it were the same drivers again. It was the same drivers again. Yeah. I didn't do good in English. I got like a C for the last quarter. But anyway, announced we couldn't leave. 2 people were missing, but they would call them to either hurry to the bus or decline their seats. It would just be a few more minutes. Or not. We had to wait for them. Company policy, 7:35 p.m. My nightmares come true. EM and son walk up to the bus, not hurrying at all, ice cream cones in hand, no messy food on the bus. Oh, there's supposed to be no messy food on the bus. They have to finish outside. Again, not hurrying in any way. 7:45 p.m. head count, we can finally drive back. Everyone on board is annoyed by the delay. Entitled mom and son probably took the seats in the other aisle, yet right behind us on purpose, but I wasn't going to say anything yet. Lesson learned, I hope. The bus driver 2 was driving now. Driver 1, Dio, comes up to the mom. Dio, ma'am, sorry to bother you, but you caused a 45-minute delay, and according to our terms and conditions, that the company will fine you for that. Fine me? What? For a few minutes? No way! I was told there would be a ride at home waiting for us, and that's it. Dude, this lady is so dumb. No one told me that. I'm sorry, but you knew that beforehand. It's in our TS and TCs. Terms of service and conditions. Or no, terms and conditions of service. I don't know. Kill myself. You agreed to it, ma'am. The company will mail you everything. I need your ID, please. I got closer to the mic. No. No. I'm afraid I will have to involve the police then. He goes back into his seat. The boy shows up next to me. I want that game. I told you no this morning. It's still no. He pulls a sad face but goes back to his mom. It's semi-dark outside. Mia is lying spread over her seat and my lap. Not that I cared. She was tired and I expected her to fall asleep while playing, and she did. Face buried in my jacket that she had folded like a pillow on my lap. I turned the game off, but with the sling on Mia's wrists, I can't put it away. EM suddenly hovers above me. EM, she is done playing, so my son can play now. No, he can't. It's my game. Come on, just give it to him. He wants to play it. He wants it, and you're too old for it anyway. I don't care. It's my game. I said no, so please leave me alone now. What gives you the right? She's practically yelling. I'm worried she might wake Mia, and that I could end up with a cranky tired child. I own it. Do me a favor and don't wake her. She is asleep and doesn't need the game right now. Ma'am, the game is tied to her wrist. I would have to wake her to get it, and in any way, I would be playing then. Not your son. It is my game, and if I have to tell you again, I will ask the drivers for help. You know I'll do it. Driver 1 turns around to us, giving her a stern look. I figured he was listening. EM and son moved a few rows back. I thought she was defeated. Again, I was wrong. A few minutes later, I was occupied with my phone, texting back and forth with a friend. I wasn't paying attention to anything else, but watching Mia didn't fall off the seat whenever she moved. I didn't think much of the tiny hand on my leg at first, since Mia's left arm was somewhere around there. Then Mia shoots up with an eardrum-shattering scream. I nearly dropped my phone in shock. There is the boy right between my legs. He had crawled up under our seats from behind to come up and probably try to snatch the game. That was his hand on my leg, and Mia had woken up to him staring right into her face, mere centimeters away. The driver was cool enough not to cause an accident due to the scream, but stopped the bus as soon as he could. Both drivers were furious. The boy was crying. EM is screaming at Mia and I for making him cry. All while I'm unable to grasp the situation for a moment, holding the shaking 8-year-old. A man from the other couples gets up and manages to somehow silence the situation entirely. EM, this selfish girl scared my baby. She purposely screamed right into his face. Ma'am, why was your son underneath her seat? I want this girl off the bus now. I don't know why I keep changing the voice, but sure. Driver 2. Excuse me. Ma'am, please answer the question. Why wasn't your son seated? He is a good child. He can do whatever he wants. Boy in tears. I want the game, Mommy. You owe my child that game now. Beep. I ignored the insult. I had to calm Mia, trying not to explode in anger myself. I was so mad I wanted to punch something. The boy tried to reach for the game again. I had it with him. Admittedly, I didn't want to push him away as hard as I did, and I know I shouldn't have pushed him back at all, but since he only fell against his mother, I couldn't have cared less. I got up, face bright red, taking deep breaths as to not completely lose it. You listen here, kid. Don't you dare touch us or our game again. You hurt my baby. You better be glad he is underage, ma'am, otherwise he would be facing charges now. Multiple attempts to steal my game, for starters, and the way he crawled up beneath us, I could probably make a sexual assault out of that. Ow. I need some water. Hold up. We didn't have any water, and the next best thing's bleach, so I got some Mountain Dew. Yay. Also, Child Protective Services would be very interested to learn that you have even encouraged your son. Yes, I could have done that with him underage, but let's be honest, he was probably the victim of this woman's miserable parental guidance. I wasn't going to ruin his life And I wasn't going to ruin his life more though than and there. Oh, more. Okay, so even more than and there. I very much wanted to. I cannot read right now, bro. You have no right to talk to me like that. Your brat made my baby cry. You owe him that game now. He deserves it. He is a good kid. She wanted to get past me herself. Behind me, Mia still had the game. I didn't care for the game itself anymore, but she would probably hurt Mia trying to take it. Now, I'm 5'9" and roughly 70 kilograms. Why do they use 5'9" if they're in Europe and then use 70 kilograms? Like, hey Google, what's 70 kilograms into pounds?
70 kilograms equals 154.324 pounds.
154 pounds. That's like almost as fat as my mom. Just kidding. I mean, my mom does weigh that much, but she's not fat. She's, I don't know. Huh. Anyway, I'm one straight noodle, and I really don't look like much, but I'm the only girl on an all-male rugby team. I take on guys bigger and older than her. That sounds wrong. And Mia knows that. She has seen me play. Mia, do your trick. My trick, I can throw people over out of a stand. What? I can throw people over out of a stand pretty bad. I don't know what that is. I don't know rugby, so is that like a move in rugby? I don't know. That's my standard move. But I couldn't do that now. I had already overreacted pushing the boy. Both the drivers and the man held the woman back. Oh wait, what happened? Oh, okay. Both drivers and the man held the woman back. She was screaming and thrashing around, throwing punches and insults all over while demanding I give her son that game. The two other men came to help taming her. It took a while until she gave in and sat down. Finally, I thought once more we could get home. I had already told Mia's mom that we would be back late due to delay, but nothing more since our departure. So I have Mia huddled over the seats again, shaking, but sunken into the game again, and I take my phone out to let her mom know we would be even later. That's when I hear EM whisper into her phone. She's obviously telling police some story about a stolen toy, child abuse, being threatened and cornered by several men, and being too scared to ask for an early drop-off somewhere around. She was absolutely exaggerating and presenting her own twisted version of the story. I asked Mia to let me up, and I go tell the drivers. They look mortified, to say the least, and contacted the police and their office themselves as well. Now, I had to type that out for Mia's mom as short as possible. I didn't want her to freak out about police at the drop off since she was coming to pick us up. Fast forward 45 minutes later, 8 cops are waiting for us in ambulance. Mia's mom, who seemed to have introduced herself to police already, along with some elderly man who was there to pick up one of the couples. Mia is happy again, which I was overly thankful for. I was scared dead for this to have some traumatic impact on her. It could have been partly my fault for exploding. She had never really been in trouble, hence, and never seen me mad. Mia runs up to her mom. I follow with our shopping bag. EM and son are questioned separately in the ambulance. The rest of us had to answer questions as well. I'm going the wrong way. The drivers back us up with bus surveillance cameras. EM is busted. Both her and her child are banned to ride with the company. She faces charges for a handful of things, encouraging her son to theft, false accusations, and attacking me among them. At home, Mia proudly presented her new fabrics. I have a sewing machine, which we work on rainy days, and shirts with all within the shopping money her mom gave her for the day. I pay for myself. In the end, I got off with a warning for pushing the boy. EM pressed charges that were dropped due to the circumstances. The judge figured I was protecting Mia and my property in a heated situation, and that the boy's prior actions had made it necessary for me to step in. EM was fined for the entire delay she and her son had caused. 1 hour, 18 minutes in total. was ordered to accept family assistance, and Child Protective Services were to look over the family situation as well. Mia wasn't affected in any way. Mia's mother was quite understanding and doubled my Christmas gift card. I guess it was somewhat an apology or a thanks. She said it was because I risked charges to protect her daughter and taught her to stand up and be strong. This weekend, we went on another trip, boarding the bus heading out. I see a boy in line who looks oddly familiar, but the man at his side doesn't. I forget about it, we drive off. Mia smiles widely as I pull the DSI game from my handbag. 2 minutes later, the boy, the effing boy. Give me that! Me, unsure if it's really him. If it really is him. How do you ask for things that aren't yours, young man? I want that game now! No, sorry, too rude. Go mind your manners, please. Dad, she won't give it to me again. The bulky man gets up from his seat. To my luck, one of the drivers is driver 2 from the month before. Oh, okay. He recognizes the boy and me. Young man, I need to see your ID, please. Where is your parent? What? Oh, my son only asked to try the game, sir. Yup, that's why he got banned last month. You have to get off this bus or I will have to call the police. Father, I bought tickets for this. I have the right to drive. No, you don't. I mean, I don't know the laws in Germany, but oh my god. Police was called straight away. We stopped. The father got arrested for resisting police and fraud. Turns out both he and his son had signed in under fake names. Also, his son was about 11 by now and needed a ticket, but was signed as 10 years old and didn't have one. Driver 2 came to apologize and see how we were doing. I told him no apology was necessary. I wasn't sure about the boy myself first. What? I wasn't sure about the boy. I was worried about myself first, maybe? I don't know. Or I wasn't sure about... You know what? Skip it. I thanked him for resolving the situation immediately. There were a few more kids on the bus this time, and Mia took over the last row with 3 other kids, sharing the game, taking turns. They had no trouble at all the entire ride through, and I exchanged contacts with their parents. We are going to meet up in a fun house next week. Friends were made, and that's how easy it can be. Honestly, though, even on the second ride, had the boy asked nicely, I would have left the choice to Mia whether or not she wanted to share. After all, it could have been an opportunity to make a friend, and people deserve second chances if you ask me. But no, they felt like he had the right to have my game because he simply wanted it. He was rude. The parents were worse. I have no bad feelings for getting them kicked off the bus. However, I feel bad for the boy. It wasn't exactly his fault if he didn't know better. Oh boy, that was a long story. Do I have time? Okay, so it's already been 2 recording sessions plus 8 minutes and 35 seconds. So yeah, I'm about at 28:40 right now. I'll do. Here, I'm gonna try to find a short one. Funnily enough, the next one was pretty short. It's only that bad. Okay. Hello again. I posted a story about my aunt ruining my sister's birthday day before yesterday. What? Birthday? The day before? Yeah. What? Oh, whatever. Turns out she or her daughter is on Reddit and they are subscribed to r/entitledparents and read the story. It's kind of fitting. This is what happened last night. EM entitled mom, who's my aunt. EC, her daughter. S, my sister. EM called my dad last night about 11, when my dad was half asleep. EM, how could you do this to us? Aren't we family? Why did you shame us like this? It was so many years ago. Couldn't you just let it go? And my dad, no idea what she's talking about. So he asks her what happened, to which she tells him that we posted on Reddit about my sister's birthday. My dad doesn't know and doesn't care what Reddit is, and asks what's the big deal. your daughters do things without telling you, you should keep an eye on them. Don't let them get out of hand. You should have taught them manners. My name. Just exposed us and shamed us online. What are you saying? How did she expose you? She hasn't even talked to you in years. She posted a story about us, and as soon as EC read it, we knew it was about us. Yeah, I haven't divulged any names in that story, not even mine. Dad asks me if I did that and why, so it took a total of 15 to 20 minutes to explain to Dad what Reddit is and what I did. I tell him that I have just narrated a story and haven't exposed her identity in any way, so Dad just hands me the phone so I can explain it to her. As soon as I say hello, EM starts screaming at me so loudly that it can be heard outside the phone. You B, how could you do that? Who do you think you are? You poison my child and then make it up as if I was overreacting? Take that post down now and apologize for it on that subreddit. If you don't, I know, what? If you don't, I know gonna sue you. I'm going to sue you. Whatever. WTF, I'm so angry that I just say no, I won't do anything of that sort. And that I would like to see how you can sue me all the way from California. EM then proceeds to call me and my sister, that and similar things. My dad takes the phone away and asks her not to ever contact any of us again, and blocks her. So hey there, Aunt Sheila. Hope y'all read this. Edit the link to the previous post. It depends. I still have 8 minutes on my recording. Okay. Hold up, I'm gonna take a drink. That was good. Hello, I'm from India. English isn't my first language. Oh, okay. So, wait. Okay. Wait. I see an advertisement for Noom. Add a Y in there. Noom. It's funny. Sorry, this is going to be long. It's not as long as one of the other ones that we had to read. This incident happened about 8 years ago. It was my sister's birthday, and a lot of family members from my dad's side were invited. My dad's sister, who will be called EM henceforth, and her daughter, EC henceforth. Wait, okay, English isn't my first language, and she says henceforth. I don't know anybody that uses henceforth that, lives in America. Nobody says that. Anyway, we're visiting us after a lot of years because they shifted to California. So EM wanted her daughter to be the center of attention since the moment they came in. EC was about 7 years old, and everyone was quite taken with her because she spoke in an adorable accent. When it was the time for cutting the cake, EM wanted EC to cut it even though it was my sister's birthday. The reason being, she's a kid, she deserves to cut the cake. She is the youngest of them all. My sister S is way too old to be cutting cakes anyway. It was sister's 11th birthday. EM's request order was declined by my mom, which made EM quite angry when dinner was served. EM was very hungry and sat down to eat. As soon as she started, EC started crying and demanding to be fed. Hold up, I'm gonna try to get a zip tie real quick, because this cable is, bugging me. Is that big enough? Yeah. Hold up, where was it? As soon as she started, EC started crying and demanded to be fed, and, EM expected my mom to stop eating and feed her kid, and my mother agreed. the worst was at the time of gift unwrapping. My sister loves Barbies, so she received a doll and a dollhouse from my mom and dad, and I gave her a bunch of homemade chocolate that I made myself. What does sister need chocolate for? Come on. Oh, sorry. Come on, give them to EC. You're way too old for them. Dude, nobody's too old for chocolate, man. Chocolate is like the best, my guy. Anyway, what does S need chocolates for? Come on, give them to EC. You're way too old for them. Wait, I already read that. S gave EC some of them, which EC proceeded to start eating right then. Sister went on to unwrap other presents and was made to share a bunch of other stuff like sparkle pens, a set of crayons, etc. too with EC. That's not right. EC, after some time, started wailing that she wanted more chocolate. EM literally shouting, "Why have you not given her the why have you not given her the chocolates? Didn't I ask you to? Why are you being so mean? She's her cousin. She deserves them." No. I mean, I like my cousins because they're nice. And their parents are nice. But if their parents were like this, I wouldn't give them anything either. But I like my cousins. They're, cool. They're not my first cousins or my second cousins because my mom and dad don't have any biological brothers or sisters. So yeah. Hold on. Okay. Sister was almost at tears and gave her 3 more. Now only 5 chocolates remained, which she gave one to each of us, mom, dad, child, mom, and me. I saved mine to give it to her later. Child mom noticed it and asked me to give it to EC since I obviously was not going to eat it. I didn't. When sister got to unwrapping the dollhouse and the Barbie, EM actually pounced on the doll and started pulling it away from sister. Sister started to cry, which made EM angry, and she screamed at sister to shut up and stop being so mean and stingy. I almost said stingy. Stingy. God. Alright, anyway. EC was from US and did not have any Indian toys, and she needed the doll. My father flat out refused, which resulted in more screaming and crying. Then she left in a huff and kicked at the dollhouse, denting it. My sister was very sad, and needless to say, her birthday was ruined, but that was not the end. About an hour or so later, EM was back kicking and screaming at our door, saying we had poisoned her kid and that she would be suing us. EC's stomach was aching, but instead of calling a doctor, she had drove her to our house. Well, maybe if you didn't make I just accidentally shut down my computer. Sorry about that. Where was I at? I was at here. So I was about to say, well, maybe if you didn't make her sister give your kid so many chocolates, then maybe she wouldn't have a stomach ache. Just maybe. We seated them and called the doctor, during which EM was screaming about how we were jealous of her and we would suffer terrible fates. The doctor said the pain was because of overeating. Guess she shouldn't have had 6 of those chocolates. That's what I said. EM then proceeded to blame me and my sister for everything and saying how both of us were spoiled and mean kids. Too long didn't read. My entitled aunt ruins my sister's birthday by taking away most of her gifts for her kid, and then destroyed her dollhouse and blamed her child's stomach as poisoning on my family. Edit, I have posted a part 2 too. She too read this story and called us up. Not to apologize though. Huh. Cool. Okay, but anyway, I feel like I've done enough for this episode. These are very, very long. And if you would like to see more, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe button, and let me know what subreddits I should do next. I'm probably gonna do mildly infuriating or mildly interesting or something like that. I'm not sure yet. I'll probably record those after this one. I have no idea yet. 6:26 p.m. and yeah, I woke up like 4 hours ago. I was gonna watch the SpaceX launch, but they canceled it sadly because of the tropical depression. Tropical depression. I'll tell her later. But anyway, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one.